Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, we're going to talk about that second stimulus check update. You know how we do this. While you're sitting around waiting for a stimulus check that's not coming, we got to turn around and figure out how to make some cash flow. So let's talk about it. And welcome to Foci Optics. Check. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it.
All right, welcome back. And as you can see, we're on the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page. And once again, I want to thank you for being here. And please share the video to help other people. And as you can see, we have a join button here on the right hand side, which is a membership button. YouTube was kind enough to implement one for us when we had 5,000 subscribers. So I want to thank them, and I want to thank you, because obviously the viewers that we have and the people that subscribe and the people that support the channel and the people that watch the videos contributed to them giving us a membership channel, our membership link at 5,000 subscribers. So without further ado, we're going to get into a second stimulus check update and news report. I have to do this today because it's a Thursday. Jobs reports come out. But before I get into all of that, I forgot. I always got to talk about the merch, right? Every now and then we have to sell something. Merchandise is available on the Stop Struggling Now StopStrugglingNow.com website. As you can see here, I'll go through it. All t-shirts are $25. All hoodies are $35. And even started delving into some yoga gear that's down here at the bottom. And so that's $25. Free shipping, no tax. The price is the price. And you can order anytime. So anyhow, let's get down to it. The job that's claimed today. There's a tie-in with everything because we have to make money, right? We have to figure out how to get extra streams of income in, right? So here's the jobless claim. As you can see, today, jobless claim jumps, hitting highest level since mid-August. 898,000. The estimate was going to be 830,000. Continuing claims again fell sharply, dropping to just over 10 million. So if people don't realize what's happening, here is this chart. You can start doing the numbers yourself. That's like 30 weeks, so there's easily 60, 70 million claims on unemployment. When they didn't renew or do another stimulus package September 1st and beyond up until now, October 15th, there are people who are unemployed who are not receiving their unemployment. There's states that have run out of money. They're not receiving unemployment. And there's cities that run out of money. They don't have the money to keep giving unemployment checks. This is why the stimulus check is in a lot of people's minds, especially if you're one of the people who would be lucky enough to get unemployment. And that could be 30 million, that could be 40 million, that could be 20 million. Who knows what that number is going to be when they get around to doing this. They'll get around to doing it though, trust me. They're still trying to figure out how they're going to siphon off some of that money to you know who, the top 10 percenters. So when you get things such as what if somebody's trying to give money to the cities and states, why would you balk, right? If somebody's trying to give money to help students out, why would you balk? If somebody's trying to get money to schools so that they can social distance and have to buy equipment, why would you balk? There's 50 states. Even if there was only 10 schools in each state, come on, you guys can start doing them numbers. 500 schools, how much money are you going to give each school? You're going to give them $20,000? Come on, that ain't going to work. Let's get real with this. All right? So, if you're really trying to help somebody, why would you be balking at all these type of things? You wouldn't be, unless you're trying to get the top 10 percenters their money. So here's what happens this past week. McConnell says he'll try to move 500 billion stimulus package before Barrett vote. Now, is this a joke? Is this some sort of a joke? 500 billion? Is this a joke? So you do realize there's 30 million people out of work on unemployment. Even if you gave 150 million people $12,000 or $1,200, how much is that? Think about this. All right. So again, they're clowning, right? But yet, on the other hand, the guy who has nothing to do with creating any bill, any laws, doing anything, President of the United States, says go big or go home on coronavirus stimulus. Also October 13th. So apparently somebody's talking crap as a president. Then there's another person talking like, oh, well, we're talking about 500 billion. The guy that actually can vote, the guy that actually can make law or make it happen, because the president can talk go big or go home like a cheerleader, but you guys have to understand, House appropriates money, Senate says, okay, we'll allow that appropriation, and that's what that mix-up is right now. They don't want to allow 2.2 trillion. Mnuchin, who's not part of the Senate, is negotiating on behalf of who? Think about it. He doesn't even have any right to be in the equation in reality. So therefore, that's part of the holdup. He said 1.8 billion. McConnell says 500 billion. Me and my Senate GOP majority are going to go 500 billion. We don't really care go big, go home. We don't really care $1.8 trillion either. You guys talking a good game, but you ain't showing up. So let's keep moving. Let's keep it going. The stimulus package negotiations keep going, right? We need to get money to the American public now. Once again, rhetoric. Once again, you're sitting around, if you're one of the people that qualify for the $600 a week unemployment check, if you're one of these people that qualify for getting a $1,200 check after freaking 6 months or whatever it's been, so be it. But in the meantime, if you would have earned simply $100 a month, $200 a month, you would have already made the $1,200. And how are we going to make money? There's social media, there's stocks, there's ways you can make money, there's Facebook Marketplace, there's ways you can make that $1,200 one-time payment after 6 months. Come on, that's $200 a month on average. As I said before, monetize yourself. Look here, I have it highlighted. 14 million people who were helped by CARES Act $600 per week unemployment fell back into poverty after benefits expired. This is a new study. Now, benefits expired September 1st. And if you get $200 or $300 per week, which is $1,200 a month or $1,500 a month, yes, that's below the poverty level. So why are you sitting around here waiting for these clowns, the rich dudes, to sit here and say, yeah, we got to give you a little bit of money? Why are you caring about that? You should already have put in your work. Let me know how many people down below. You started your YouTube channel or Snapchat or Instagram or TikTok or Facebook page, Facebook group, any of that? Or are you still sitting around here going, woe is me, and sitting there going, well, I think I get paid $12 an hour and I think that'll be good for life? Ladies and gentlemen, I better explain something to you. Printing of money. What this means is there's going to be inflation. What you think is a good salary today may not be a good salary next year. That's how fast inflation has risen. You should know this when you go to a grocery store and you used to be able to come out with 4 or 5 bags for $100 or less. Now, 2 bags is $100. Come on. Stop playing with yourself and your family. You have to put yourself in position, because at this point, a lot of people are going to be vulnerable. When you know 70% of the population does not even have $1,000 in savings or in the bank or in stocks or in anything, assets, whatever the case may be, that is a problem. That's over 200 million people out of 320, 340. You're one of them potentially. So don't be telling me you're good. 7 out of 10 people don't have $1,000 in their savings. That's not good in this day and age. All right. let's keep moving along. I just wanted to illustrate this on the second stimulus package. And as you guys know, as I've been saying for the last 6 months, it ain't coming. Stop waiting for it, because that 6 months ago, if you would have started to monetize yourself or try to monetize yourself, you would already be making hundreds of dollars per month. So we're going to move into something, because I want to show you this right here, because a lot of you may be thinking I can't do something. This is Facebook billion. This is the users on Facebook. There's only 7.5 billion people on the planet. Facebook nearly has half, 2.6 billion people. And that, remember, 1 billion is in China by itself. So the fact that China might even stop these guys from even being there, in theory, take it down to 6 million people. They literally have half of the world's population on their platform. Do you not understand that they could actually control a lot of things? They don't have Facebook TV yet. They don't have Facebook radio. They haven't done any of this. What they're doing is they're acquiring other assets. That's what they're doing with their money. They're a juggernaut at this point. And this is why the top 10 percenters are sitting there going, whoa, 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 we got to break these guys up. Because they also have Instagram. So when you start talking about, let me find Instagram real quick. Instagram has 1 billion. Part of the 2.6 billion from Facebook are also part of the 1 billion on Instagram. But if you take half and say, okay, they definitely have 3 billion to 3.5 billion worth of influence on the planet, which is half of the planet's population. What do you think is going to happen with Facebook stock when they monetize something else? You can see why they're a juggernaut at this point. You can see Instagram and Facebook can stand alone if they wanted to. But why do that when you can share platforms, cross-share, cross-promote, just like they do with Facebook ads and things like that? They're on both platforms. So this is the kind of thing that you have to start thinking about. And here's the funniest thing of all. YouTube, which requires people to make a video, upload it, and before you upload, you have to edit your videos, unless you just want to roll tape, which is kind of hard to do without editing it of some sort to make it look presentable. But hey, if you want to roll tape, you can try that too. But the point I'm trying to make is there's only 31 million YouTube channels now. 31 million out of 7 billion people. And out of 7 billion people, there's about 2 billion people that still do not have access to the internet. So are you getting the influence here by Instagram and Facebook? They actually have more than half that can even see content on Facebook and Instagram. Because not all 7 billion people have access to the internet. Like I said, China, 1 billion people, they don't have access to it. So you can easily see, and there's other countries as well, Islamic, Muslim, they don't allow freedom of electronics. So therefore, you have to understand, YouTube, 31 million is the lowest of any of the big time guys. It's unbelievable. It's part of Google. But 31 million means there's a huge upside. Imagine when it gets up to, let's say, some comparable number like Instagram, where there's 100 million YouTube channels. And even if there is 31 million YouTube channels, how many of these channels are actually producing video? Not all 31 million produce video. So you got to keep in mind, the number is actually smaller opportunity to do something. This is why the people who started in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013 have a huge advantage. Because when there was only 500,000, 1 million YouTube channels, and you had 10, 20, 50 million people looking at YouTube, you could grow faster. Because that's when you're growing along with the platform. You have the same opportunity now with 31 million. You can talk about anything. Believe me, people, whatever you believe in, There's always somebody else that believes in the same thing. But anyhow, let's move on. I wanted to get to that 31 because that's going to be the lowest one for YouTube, which I feel is a huge upside. And this is one of the reasons I started the YouTube channel 2 years ago, because I realized I let it pass by from 2009 on when I knew about it, and I didn't do anything. Then 10 years later, let me get in this too, and we can help people. Now we're talking. Here is Snapchat. They have 238 million daily active users. That is it. Doesn't that mean there's an upside for them as well? Now we're going to correlate this to stocks, right? When you think to look at stocks, about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, I can't remember. If you were a member, a channel of the member, let me know. Channel members, subscribers, the ones that joined. Let me know if you remember getting when I said I bought SNAP. And I continue to. And the reason why is even in March it was down to 11. Even in April it was 17. Let's see. $20 June 12th. And I specifically remember it must have been in June, because I specifically remember I told somebody I bought it was like $20 or $19 at the time. So it must have been June 1st, 2nd, 3rd, somewhere in there. And people were probably like, well, okay, no biggie, it's only $20. Look here, in only a few months, it's already went up. And in just a few months, that's 38%. Now, I know stocks can go up or go down, but at 238 million users, that is low compared to everybody else. Facebook and Instagram they're over 1 billion each. So what's going to happen with them? They're rolling out new video. They're rolling out type of reels type of thing. They're rolling out who knows what. But the point I'm trying to make is even Snapchat is in its infancy in reality. There's such a thing as a growth chart. All right? So let's move on to the next. The famous TikTok. The United States government trying to have a foreign country. They're trying to strong arm a foreign country to give up their asset. Now, that's kind of hilarious in a capitalist system. But in a communist system where China does this kind of thing would make a little more sense. But all right, here we are. 800 million users. And again, they are in China. ByteDance is from China. 800 million means TikTok has an upside. They're not at 2 billion. They're not even at 1 billion right now. So that's why people were saying get TikTok the past 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, when they didn't have 800 million, when there was no pandemic. But because of the pandemic, all numbers have risen on all platforms. But again, people are making money. They have monetized themselves. So I want to show you something else. And we'll end this because the points of my stimulus package updates is to show you that there is no stimulus coming. And here it is, another week, another month, another half a year that you're sitting around here thinking, where am I going to get this extra money when you could have already started? So why not start now and not rely on if you're going to get any stimulus money, because it ain't going to help you in the end. All right? You're going to be paying it back in taxes anyhow. So you might as well wake up. So Facebook, you can see what's happened over the last year. I'll just show you real quick. 40% raise on the stock price. No splits, no nothing like that happening. But as you can see, Facebook is in a position to add new streams of income, to add revenue. So in my opinion, once again, you should think about these type of stocks to buy if you can afford it. Everybody can pick their own. And as we already saw, Snapchat. Again, none of these have dividends at this point. Here's Amazon. Most of you, I was shocked by this number. It says there's only 310 million Amazon accounts worldwide. I thought this was easily going to be 1 billion because they're operating like 1 billion. I thought these guys are having drones, they're having vans, they're having side deals where they have other people get vans and then they load their vans to deliver packages for them. They got airline deals. They have post office deal. I mean, I thought these guys had at least 1 billion active accounts worldwide. Come to find out, they do not. I'm in shock by this. And the fact that they have 90 million Amazon Prime members, which is awesome because Prime members pay either monthly or annually. And as far as I know, I think it's $112, $124 a year to be a Prime member. 90 million times 100, you guys can start doing the numbers. Even if everything else was shut down, never mind their shippings and their side deals where they actually knock off, like a Chinese company, they knock off your product because they find out that it sells a lot, and then they compete against you and sideswipe you out. See, this is the kind of stuff where the big boys have an advantage, and this is why people may have never heard of innovations and things like this, because they buy out their competitors, or they knock off their competitors and act like they don't know nothing about it. So again, I am shocked. 310 million, which means Amazon has an upside. Even at this point, even at their Amazon stock price, I didn't even think to invest in Amazon because their stock price is up there. I now, after seeing the numbers today, I have to go, oh, wow, okay, I got to get me some Amazon because this is insanity. They're going to have 2 billion people. Because I think Bezos' next move with all their assets is going to be have his own fleet of planes or something. I don't really know. They already started producing their own TV and movies. So he might as well just make the whole company self-sufficient. And don't need the post office, don't need UPS, don't need their own vans. I mean, these guys are dangerous. So anyhow, let's talk about refinancing. Because a lot of people may have a way to get money to buy assets, and one of those ways is to refi your home. And I just wanted to bring this up real quick because this also has a stock play implication to it. And as you can see, there's Quicken Loans. But here's the thing, Zillow, home loan refinancing, 2.65%, and a lot of people go to Zillow when they look up how much homes cost and value. Well, now you see why Zillow has a reason to make sure home prices are up. They have a loan component to their company. And now if I tell you a house that's really valued at $700,000 is, I'm telling you it's worth $800,000 and come get our loan, they get more profit from that if they're able to get the loan. So I don't like that they're able to double dip, so to speak, tell me the price of something and then sit there and say, well, I can get you a loan for it. They have every reason to inflate prices, which once again, people don't really know what an appreciation is. But if I tell you, my friends used to come around my neighborhood and they'd be like, hey man, you have $1 million house. I'd be like, okay, I get you, I ain't moving. But the thing is, that's the whole point. The fact is, when people come, and it could be people, Zillow is people, they could say your house is worth whatever they want to say it's worth. And if somebody believes it and then they cut you a check for it, then that raises the value of all homes in that area, right? So that's a good thing in one aspect, but in the second aspect of it, they can turn around and give a person a loan for it. But anyhow, you can see the rate, 2.65% refinance and 1.75% from somebody for a 15-year rate. These are the kind of things that a friend of mine called me about, and he says his friend has like $200,000 equity in their home that they've been paying on for 20 years. They have a 30-year note. And the person does not want to refi their house, first thing. Second thing, they don't even want to take out a HELOC or do anything to take the money and invest in asset that brings them money, which is unbelievable. Nobody wants to unlock $200,000 that they can go and invest in property. I'll use Texas for instance, and get themselves an 8-plex or whatever, 12-plex, and have $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year coming in and paying their mortgage. I don't understand. This is the kind of stuff that you have to start thinking about. Remember that last video that I did where I showed you the top 10 percenters. What do they have? Real estate, equities, assets. The rest only have pension fund, real estate as their main thing. And if you sit in a real estate and pay a mortgage, that is not an asset. Okay? So, again, just wanted to illustrate this, and I want to show you the stock play. Here is Zillow after 1 year. Look at this. It started at 31. Here it is now at 229%. And now it's at 102.29. And Zillow, by the way, for everybody on podcast, Z as in zebra, G as in George is the stock symbol. Z as in zebra, G as in George. All right. So you guys can see right here, there's a reason their stock price moved this much. And again, if you're working 9 to 5, you miss out on this type of deals because you're not thinking nothing of it. Redfin, who was similar to Zillow, not as big, but they're coming and they're trying to do something that's going to eliminate real estate agents. They're trying to go down to 2-3% if you do business through them instead of going to a realtor. Look at this. Their price has risen from 17 to 51 and they're at 194%. What do you think is going to happen when forbearance and people who haven't paid their rents and leases and all that get evicted from their properties? And now the homeowner is going to be on the hook for the mortgages. What do you think is going to happen? Come on, put a comment down below. You know what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of buying activity by investors, by the 10 percenters, by hedge funds, by Wall Street. And so Redfin and Zillow are going to be able to benefit from this. They're going to be able to benefit whether the market goes up or the market goes down. The question is their stock price today a reflection of the buying spree that's going to happen later, because the Federal Reserve has already said they're not going to raise interest rates? Of course they're not. If I can get billions of dollars at 1%, please, where do we sign up, right? So again, is this another opportunity for you if you can invest in stocks? Again, that's all I wanted to bring up in the second stimulus package, because if you had extra streams of income, you can buy 10 shares, you can buy 5 shares, you can buy 1 share, you can buy partial shares on Robinhood. And so therefore, you got to get the link down below if you want your free share of stock from Robinhood in the description. There's also a link down below for Webull, and there'll be one for M1 Finance as well. Take your pick. But all I'm trying to say is there is opportunity galore that people are missing out on, and all you have to do is make the investments now while pandemic is here. So with all that said, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. Some of you are still waiting for that stimulus money. But I want you to know every day that you're waiting for that stimulus money, why can't you crack open your phone and post up something on social media? Why can't you crack open that phone, make a video, and post it up on social media? Crack open the phone, do a live stream. Therefore, you don't even have to do any editing. And you have many platforms that you can do live streams on. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. Come on. It's all available for you. You don't realize you are living in the greatest transfer of wealth that is possible right now. Join the party. Come on now. Stop playing. And with that said, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.